David Morgan of themorganreport.com for the week ending 10 April 2026. This week, I want to do something a bit different. Rather than the usual analysis, I'm sharing my remarks along with Mike Maloney's from the Silver Party we recently held in Las Vegas. I hope you enjoy.
Probably around 2005 when I wore the silver outfit.
I saw it.
Any comments?
I thought you were going to wear it tonight.
I thought. So I received an email this morning, and it was a gathering for Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood, and I just for some reason decided to open it up and read it, and it really touched me because he made it about the audience, and I thought, wow, how appropriate for what I really want to open with. So I will give credit where credit is due. I probably couldn't have come up with this on my own, but it did speak to the way I want to open this up. So it goes like 153 words is all it is. So many people have helped me to come to this night. Some of you are here, some are far away, and some are even in heaven. All of us have special ones who loved us in the beginning. Would you just take, along with me, 10 seconds to think of the people who have helped you become who you are? Those who have cared about you and wanted what was best for you in your life. 10 seconds of silence. I'll keep time. So I usually don't read my speeches, anyone that knows me, but I did make some notes. So tonight is just a celebration. It's more than a celebration of the price. It's not really about silver making $100. And by the way, when I started this and I hired Robert to help me do this, silver was somewhere around what, 75, Robert?
Yes.
We did not know if it would make 100. But I had to plan the event like 2 months ahead, right? So somebody's on my side, or I got a lot before. And this is about conviction. Because every one of you here has known what it took to get to this point. You endured the ridicule. I don't know how many of you come up and said, man, it's so nice to be in a room where we all think alike. We actually know what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know? I don't go many places like that. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you for being here. You endured the boredom. You endured the long stretches where nothing seemed to happen, or worse, and when everything went the wrong way. You listened to every argument, silver is dead, gold is a relic, this time it's different, and yet you stayed the course. Not because it was easy, not because it was popular, but because deep down you understood something that most people never take time to learn. That real money is not created by decree, that value is not determined by headlines, and that the truth eventually always reasserts itself. Tonight, we're really celebrating that truth. And I want to be very clear about something. I may be one up here standing, I'll say sitting, and speaking, but this was never a one-man journey. The Morgan Report has always been a community, a group of independent thinkers, people willing to question the narrative and do the work. And I mean that sincerely, because I've read your emails, I've spoken with many of you, and I've seen the discipline, the patience, and yes, the frustration. You didn't just subscribe to a newsletter, sorry as I tear up, you committed to a philosophy that says sound money matters, freedom matters, and responsibility for your own financial future matters. Can we get an oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Amen. That's rare in today's world. And I want you to know I do not take that lightly. I appreciate your trust. I appreciate your patience. And I appreciate the fact that you chose to walk this path with me.
Yes.
I am done. You can applaud or not. So lots of stories, but Mike Maloney is here, and I will ask Mike to come up and say a word or two.
Yes.
But Mike and I have a long history, and he can probably tell the story slightly better than me, but we were at Gold Rush 21 in the Yukon back in, 2005 or thereabouts. And we known each other. He'd been to a few silver summits, and he came and spoke at the workshop a couple times. And we met again, and he said, "Jay, can we have breakfast tomorrow morning?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." So it was the last day, and we're flying out of the Yukon back to our respective places. And he said, "I'm going to the bullion business." I probably misquote you, Mike, but something to the effect of, "I've got the goldsilver.com URL, that's what I'm going to use. And do you have any advice for me?" And I do distinctly remember what I said. I could correct me and said, "Man, good for you, and I just don't think that's, I think it's more business. I don't think it's that. But if you want to do more power to you, I'll support you." And all I really said is, "Mike, there's one thing and one thing only. And here's my advice. You are in the spread business. You are in the warehouse business. You are not going to let your emotions influence your business. You will have to hedge every transaction and take the spread between the buy and the offer. And if you do that, you will do fabulous." I've met too many people that believed in the silver story and believed in the gold story. They didn't hedge, and they ended up losing their business. I think that's kind of the essence of it. And so, me being me and knowing the end of the world was happening imminently, I said to John Emery, and we solved the world's problems on the way back from the Utah to, I forget the first landing spot. But Mike was up writing a letter to Robert Kiyosaki about the virtues of gold and silver. And I think a lot of you, if not all of you, kind of know what happened from there. And Mike, come on up, say a few words. I'm done, I can talk. And maybe you can now talk. And one more thing before I hand the mic. I called Dan, I said, "What the heck's going on? You guys have an RSVP. I really want you there." I said, "Well, we're not getting your email." I said, "What?" So Mike changed his plans to come here tonight. So thank you for being such a good
Ooh, yes.
Basically, Dan and I are both unemployed right now. We left the company that I founded back in 2005, a week after that breakfast that we went out to, where I asked for your help, basically. I was saying, I'm going to get into this industry, will you? And Dave did help me out, sort of spreading the message. Dave was my inspiration. Dave, and there's a guy, how many people here know who James Turk is? Okay. Oh, okay, good number. Okay, he wrote the book, The Coming Collapse of the Dollar and How to Profit from It. And I read that book, and I went up to one of the Vancouver gold shows, and Dave was on stage presenting data and charts and monetary history, and it was so impressive. I go, I want to do that, but I want to present this to a real estate crowd, because we were in a real estate bubble then. Dave's been doing this since the 90s. When did you start?
About 99.
Okay, and I didn't really, I intended on getting into it in about 2001, 2002, after the NASDAQ crashed. And a friend of mine said, you need to investigate gold and silver. And I started investigating it, and they're the people that are concerned about monetary history, trade imbalances, budget deficits. Everybody else just doesn't seem to pay attention to these things. When I started studying monetary history, I just fell in love with it. And he was presenting this stuff on stage, And so I invited him to breakfast, asked for his help. He gave it to me, and that is what really helped give me my start. And I really want to thank Dave. We're colleagues, yet he's sort of a mentor as well. So I just want to thank him very much. And you've done such a spectacular job throughout the years. Thank you. I do want to say one thing. I've been predicting that silver should be in the triple digits ever since my first book, which was released in 2008. The math just didn't add up to single-digit silver back then or double-digit silver, that it should be in the triple digits. And we saw that in January. We're probably going, I don't know what your opinion is, it's before the end of the year?
Probably.
Probably. I did a video one time where I showed a chart that had an unflattering picture in the background. Somebody else had made. How many people here know who Jeff Christian is? Okay. It had Jeff Christian in the background. It's not a flattering photo. Jeff Christian became furious. I didn't know that he writes a newsletter for a division of, I had sold my company, and the parent company has a division, the wealth division, and he consults and writes a monthly column for them, and he just like threatened everybody that works with me, anybody that, it was like he demanded a public apology. And I made a public apology. Dan, do you remember what the name of that? There's some guy that downloaded, my company made me take the video down. I made the most flattering video.
Mike Smacks the Wig.
Huh?
Mike Smacks the Wig is the guy who downloaded it and uploaded it.
Okay. Anyway, it's worth watching. Jeff Christian said he said triple digit silver. We're on a panel together. And I said that silver is destined for triple digits. And he goes, triple digit silver is cocaine-induced nonsense. And so we have lived to see us right and Jeff Christian wrong.
Hey, Mike, what year was that?
What?
What year was that when that panel where you said that?
The panel was, I think, about 10 years ago. No.
Yeah, probably 2016 or so.
Okay.
And then it's hard to
Maybe.
say. Time is just speeding up.
No, we already were with GDI, so it had to be like 2018 or something like that when I made the apology video. Very few people have seen it. But some guy downloaded it. His channel should get a whole bunch of views now.
Okay, so Bob Coleman's in the room, and I'm sure that almost anybody that's followed my work has at least heard the name once, twice, or thrice. Bob, do you want to raise your hand? Bob and I have been colleagues and professional associates for a long, long time. I met Bob in Las Vegas, and you know, there are people that hit on me in both ways. But Bob came up and was telling me what he was doing, and I kind of gave you the short shrift, to be honest about it. But not mean, but just because there are people that want me to promote stuff that I don't want to promote, right? Because they want to get rid, they want my reputation. But I got to know Bob, and Bob has been just a great friend and one of the best in the business, no doubt. And I do store with him, so I am a little biased. Bob, do you want to come up and say a few words, or do you? Sure. Yeah. Bob's a great shot.
For a few Heinekens, I don't know Yeah, I started listening to David probably 2003, I think it was, on Financial Sense. Every Saturday morning, I guess him and Jim would kind of give the rundown of the markets, and it kind of caught my eye because I've been in the financial business since 1993 or 92, and I managed a hedge fund, and I kind of listened to David's argument on core philosophy of owning metals and the physical metal. And it kind of stuck with me, and I ended up, 2006, I converted my hedge fund into a precious metals fund in physical metal. I started a depository in 2008. It's the only depository that I know of that is run by a registered investment advisor. So I look at life a lot differently than the metals industry. So, but it's something that's resonated. I think, the honesty that and the character that David sort of employs has really resonated with me, and it's nice to have someone that's very consistent, I think, in the business, that I think truly cares about his client base and people in general. It's hard to see that in today's world, and hopefully you'll be around a lot longer and do a lot more shows, and because I think his experience is just second to none. And I really appreciate his friendship.
Everybody having fun so far? I'm done. I'm bringing it back to Robert, but I think it's okay. Is there anyone that wants to come up, take the mic, and say something?
Curious, how many people are doing business with Bob Coleman?
Raise your hand.
Thank you.
He's got it together.
Yeah.
The name of the video is Mike Smacks the Wig.
Mike smacks the wig. I love it.
I didn't come up, but I think we'd all like to express appreciation to Mike for the hidden secrets of money.
Yeah.
Series.
Great.
Made a huge impact on my family.
It all started because of David Morgan.
Yes!
All right, before my head gets big.